Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh yeah.
And we're live, guys. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am Casey Carlson of Deadlands.
Hi, I'm Colt. I play guitar in the band Forever May Fall.
And I'm Rob. All right, I'm going to start with the hard question for you.
Sounds good.
What do you want to leave as your legacy?
Oh, I guess I would say I want to be one of the most badass women known in the metal industry. I don't want to be a sex object. That's one of the things that I'm like, I would stay away from that with the 10-foot pole. I want to be seen as strong. I want to be seen like I can rip your head off. And I just want to be seen as a human that does crazy shit with their vocals.
That's awesome.
Thank you. It's just, it's very interesting to see how many people try and get like their followers up and their views up. Even just disregarding women in general, just people, by using like sexual kind of stuff. And I'm just like, that's not my vibe. I would rather be seen as like, oh yeah, I'll punch you in the face, but like I'm not gonna you know?
That's same for us. Our band is my ex-girlfriend is our singer in my band. So it feels the same way. It's like don't want to do the whole like thirst trap shit like anybody else, and like just let the music speak for itself.
Exactly. And I mean there is a time and a place for it. Like
Sure.
if there's a concept video that you want to do and that has some of that in it, some promiscuity, I guess.
Sure.
Then I mean, of course, I don't care. If that's your vibe, that's your vibe. It's just It's not something that I would do.
Yeah.
As of right now, at least.
So how did you start singing?
So when I was, this is a little bit of a longer story. So when I was probably about 4 or 5, my dad would take me to go to his job. He's an insurance adjuster, so he would like take me out on claims and stuff. And while we'd be driving, we'd be listening to Seether, Marilyn Manson, all the stuff like that, like the classic rock and metal things at the time. This was probably about like 2005, 2006. So anything that was popular at that time, that's what was playing in the car. And I love Guitar Hero. I actually have 2 of my guitars right over here.
Hell yeah.
And I was raised on that. I would play it every second of every day. I would know every single song. And I used to hang my microphone for Guitar Hero through my lift top ceiling and play guitar at the same time. It was total train wreck, but I would just love it. I loved singing. I loved music. I loved all of that. And for about probably 6 or 7 years, I went through a period that I hated anything rock, metal, anything. Until I started getting back into video games, specifically Call of Duty, which is where I started playing Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. And I was introduced to Avenged Sevenfold and Elena Siegman, where I was like, oh my god, this is so sick. With that, my brother was also getting influenced by a bunch of other stuff that he started getting into the gym, so he was hearing a lot of metal at the gym. And all of that combined was the perfect storm for 14-year-old me to say, hey, let me cover the final episode by asking Alexandria, and the rest is history.
That's so dope.
Well, thank you.
So with the Avenged Sevenfold, what is your favorite song?
Little Piece of Heaven.
Okay.
I love that song. The first song I got into by them though was Shepherd of Fire, solely because it was on Black Ops 2.
Do you know they have a love ballad?
The what?
They have a love ballad.
I don't think so.
Warmness of the Soul. Look it up.
Oh yes, I do know Warmness of the Soul.
Yeah, that was an old one.
I love that
is an old one,
song.
Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. Yeah.
I love that song. The music video could have been better, but the song is astounding. Most people don't know about it.
Yeah, no, Warmness on the Soul was a really good song. Wasn't that like 1996 or something that it came out?
Something. It was
something around that. Something around that area. It was
It was their first record, right?
It was a purple record that has the angel on the cover.
Yep.
Yeah, purple. I think it was like the last track of the album, I believe.
Oh yeah, they that's Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, that album. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm such a stickler for production now, so like listening to it is like
not as good as you remember it.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, obviously when you first start getting into metal, and I mean music in general, if you're hearing like crappy ass production, you get used to it. You're like, oh yeah, like it's whatever. I just love the song, and then you start hearing like super sick production. Let's say like I Prevail and Motionless in White, like what I listen to now. I'm like, oh god, it's like Audio Razorblade sometimes. Line 6 Spider.
That certain level of like nostalgia though, just like listening to it. Like even for them, like I love like Waking the Fallen. That's probably my favorite from them. And like that record, objectively speaking, doesn't sound that great.
No, but I mean, Waking the Fallen is just classic. Like, I love Waking the Fallen. That's, to me, with the way I grew up, I would say that's like poster board for metalcore, like the beginning of it.
100%.
So what do you think? Is Warmness on the Soul your favorite Avenged Sevenfold song?
I would have to say so, yeah.
That's beautiful. It's such a good song. And then what is yours?
Let's see. I came into them probably around City of Evil, so probably like Burn It Down, or if I went back to Waking the Fallen, maybe like Eternal Rest.
Oh, Eternal Rest is a very good song.
Yeah, but I love everything that band does. They're in my like top tiers for bands I grew up listening to too. I put them with like them, Baltimore Valentine, Breaking Benjamin, all those bands when I was growing up were big on me.
Oh, 100%.
So I'll ask the hard question now. 12 people, Last Supper. Who are your 12? One female.
Okay.
And if you need a kitty table, let me know.
I'm gonna set kitty table. I'm gonna go with just like celebrities in general, like, or
it could be
inspirations.
It could be a cartoon. It could be Casper. It doesn't matter. 12 people that you want there. Musicians, comic book characters. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Spencer Charnas of Ice Nine Kills. Chris Motionless, Motionless in White. I gotta have my band there, so CJ and Kyle. I'm thinking. Let's go with, although he might try to kill everybody, Mike Myers. I just think he'd be a great conversationalist, you know. Oh my god, this is so hard. Dean and Sam Winchester, because I love Supernatural. Wow, this is very hard. 12 people people's a lot. You know, this feels like that question where it's like, name 3 songs if you're wearing a band shirt, and then you're just like, um, let's go with, I guess we'll try and go with the rest of Motionless and Ice Nine. Patrick Galante, Ricky Armelino, Joe Acuity, and then I guess, oh my god, and then that's not even enough Ice Nine. Okay, I guess I'll take for Motionless. So Ricky Horror of Motionless and Vinnie Moro. Yes. That, I guess that's what I'd stick with. I started drawing blanks. I'm like, I guess I'll just have half the bands come in.
Okay.
Were you in other bands before Deadlands?
I was in one, and it was like pop punky hardcore, and I just felt like it didn't suit me as a vocalist, because it was a lot of like stuff that was written in major and stuff that was written before, because this band was a band for probably like 5 years before I even stepped into the picture, and so they had a lot of stuff already written, and I was just like, you know, I was looking for a metalcore vibe, and it just wasn't that. Actually, CJ was in that band with me, which is my guitarist, and so that's how we met. And then just some creative differences happened, and we all just decided to part ways. And yeah, there's no bad blood or anything, but yeah. So CJ then transferred over to me. Not transferred over to me, you know what I mean. But he actually used to be in a band with Kyle before Deadlands. Kyle is the drummer of our band, and they had met years ago, and then they quit that band separately, and then just found each other at a concert, and I happened to be at that concert, and we were all like, let's do something, and so we did.
That's so rad. It's funny, I found out about your band because I was on a Bad Omens thread, because I love that band and they're massive. And somebody put up in this group your cover of The Death of Peace of Mind.
Was that Facebook group?
Yes.
Oh my god, stop. What's so funny is I'm not even on Facebook, and I have this one friend that always sends me like me in Facebook group chats, and I'm like, this is so crazy to me. But yes, Bad Omens is absolutely phenomenal. Do you guys take any influence from Bad Omens?
Oh yeah, a lot. They've become quickly like one of our favorite bands, and we would love to work with Noah and Jolly and all them at some point, just because we just love what they do.
Oh, 100%. The new stuff we've been writing, or at least the new stuff that I've been writing, definitely Bad Omens-esque, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, same on our end. But it was funny, so I heard the cover and I was like, this is sick. And I went and checked out the band, and you guys, like, you give me vibes of like Wage War in some parts with Bad Omens, and like a little bit of even some heavier stuff like North Lane and Silent Planet. I was like, this is sick. Like, where, like, do you guys just all like collectively like love those kind of bands, or like how does that work? I know your guitar player is your producer as well, right?
Absolutely. Yep. He does everything. First of all, thank you. But yeah, so I know me and CJ love Wage War. Kyle loves to play Wage War. So some of the times, most of the time actually, um, normally I'll like listen to an artist, I'll have like huge influence for like a whole week. And I'm just like taking in all of what they do and stuff. And a lot of times, since I don't play any instruments, I'll just kind of come up with a melody in my head. I'll write down some lyrics on my phone and I'll be like, okay, so this is how I want this part to sound. Uh, and I want the vibe of this band mixed with this part being this. Like, it's a lot of like Frankenstein writing, I guess you would say. But I mean, that's what music is, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is a journey to find your own sound, but it's A Shallow Breath was kind of written specifically with Dayseeker in mind because I was on a Dayseeker kick.
I love Dayseeker.
And then I said, okay, but I want it to be like a wage war riff.
Yeah.
So that it kind of came from that, which is, it's crazy how it works, honestly. But yeah, so everybody's got like, it's shockingly, we all have pretty much the same influences. Me and CJ are more new core than anything. So like
Mhm.
new metalcore and stuff like that. And then Kyle, he's more of like the Day to Remember type stuff and a little bit of Kill Switch, but he does like the new core stuff too. So it depends.
Yeah.
We all overlap.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
We do the same thing. We do it's very funny as you're describing it. It's like that's literally the same thing we do too. It's like, yeah, take the Bad Omen style verse, mix it with the like the Motionless in White sounding breakdown and this, that, and the other thing. And then we like to take other influences too, like besides just that, like we'll do like the Weekend style vocals or like, you know,
Varsity.
just try and mix and match, you know, and just see what works. And if we like it, that's cool. And if anybody else does, that's just a bonus, you know.
100%. I think that's the most important thing in creating and distributing music is that you like it. And the thing is, if you are doing what you love and you are writing things that you are proud of and that you love, the people will join you on the journey no matter what. And if people I see it all the time that people are like, oh, I miss the old Day to Remember and stuff like that, but it's like they're trying to grow with their audience, and the people who truly love them and truly love to see them grow will appreciate the stuff that they come out with. You don't have to blast it all the time, but like you just got to support them in their journey, you know, because they can always take it back to their roots for any band.
Yeah, and it's always a double-edged sword because like somebody is gonna be mad if you change, and somebody's gonna be mad if you do anything that sounds like you're trying to call back to something. So you may as well just do what you want anyway.
100%. 100%.
You're gonna get feedback regardless, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't even here. There's gonna be positive. There's gonna be negative. There's gonna be people watch your stuff but doesn't subscribe. You know, like there's.
Absolutely, it's just the name of the game. When you are in the public eye, that's just what happens.
So are you fully done doing one take?
No. So I actually, as of right now, I've been trying to keep the one takes solely for the band account. Just because first of all, I feel like a businesswoman when I say this, but I've noticed that there is tremendous growth in the one takes because it feels that much more raw and genuine to all the people who are watching. And one of the things that I do, especially if it's like a challenging song for me, I'll either turn the auto-tune all the way down or turn it off completely. And people seem to really like that. And it's something that I was not confident with, but it's made me feel a lot better because you're seeing people being like, oh my god, I love this. I love that it's not perfect. I love that it's not just completely destroyed by autotune. And I'm like, okay.
It's raw. It's, you're dancing in your chair. You're raw. It's, what do you call it? Baby voice, Patrick voice. It's, it's you. It's,
There's a certain vulnerability in doing that I think people respect a lot more than if it was just edited to high hell and just given like this grand presentation, as it were.
100%.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about, like, especially too with like artists that, like, as I'm sure too, like there's plenty of artists that can be fixed very much in a mix or a recording setting. So for like to see somebody that actually has like natural talent in that and do their songs very well is weirdly like not something people are used to seeing.
I'd rather things raw, like no editing, no, it's, yeah, you can edit things and bleep things out and whatever the case may be. I'd rather watch, somebody making a mistake or whatever the case may be, because they're human. Like,
yeah, there's definitely time and place for it, but if you're doing stuff like where you're just going through it, I think it's definitely cooler, in my opinion, just to see that in that way.
Oh, absolutely. And I do have to say that I say this for a lot of stuff, but like there is a time and a place for like editing stuff, doing multiple takes of things. And I mean, my one takes are definitely 99% of the time they're not the first take. So
right. Like comp together.
Like what?
Like comp together, like the best bits of it.
Oh no, I just whenever I do my one takes, I'll usually just have to retry it like many times before I get a take I like. I don't like to comp them and stuff because I like, if I comp it, then I'll usually say it's like 2 takes or whatever, but
right.
I haven't done that yet.
Right.
Maybe I will, but
so why'd you come up with the baby voice for Chop Suey?
So actually, I
awesome.
did a cover. It was Kingslayer by Bring Me the Horizon, and it features Baby Metal. And Baby Metal actually, like, she sings like that. That's what she does. She is she's either Japanese or Korean. I think it's Japanese, but I'm not 100% sure. But she just sings like that. In all of her songs, she sang like that in Kingslayer, and then somebody was like, please do Chop Suey baby voice. So I was like, oh god, okay.
One day I'm like scrolling through TikTok because I can't sleep like normal. Going through it and I'm like, you popped up, and that's the first thing that popped up. I'm like, I have to watch this. I'm like, it's one of those songs, like, I don't care who does it, you have to watch because it's such an iconic song. And I'm
100%.
like, this is freaking awesome, and she's dancing as well. It's freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. A lot of people said I sounded like Tiny Tina from Borderlands. Was it Borderlands? I think it was. And I was like, oh my god, no, you're absolutely right.
I wish I could play that clip right now, but I can't. Copyright's a thing.
Sucks.
It really is.
The EP you guys put out, the Sentence of Myself, right?
Yep.
So it came out this year. How long did it take you guys to put it together? Because I know Shallow Breath and Crushed came out first, right?
Yes, correct. Okay. So we formed as a band in February, I want to say. And so we probably started writing in March. And what month is it now? It's September. So April, May, June, July, August, September. So 6 months around. Honestly, we probably could have gotten it done faster. If we had like sent it out or whatever, because CJ is a perfectionist no matter what. So he will go back in days upon days upon days and just tweak this one thing. But like, oh, I actually want to do this with this thing, and he'll just mess around with it. He was messing around with it probably for like a month. So, I would say to write the whole thing, maybe like 4.5, 5 months. And then with mixing, mastering, making sure everything is good, promotion and stuff like that, that took another month and a half.
That's still like incredibly quick turnaround by
100%.
That's still cool though that like you guys are doing it very like in-house too, with like obviously I feel like I would get along well with CJ at that point because I do the same thing. Like I'm starting to do like some production stuff for us, and I'm the same way, just very meticulous.
100%. But you have to be. Like it's
Yeah.
your own music. You want it to sound perfect. So I get that. You would definitely get along with CJ. He honestly, he gets along with everybody, and I don't understand it. Me personally, and I hate to say this because like you want people to come up to you and everything and say hello and stuff. I just feel like I'm so bad at making friends. Like it was my first day of a new college today. So because I transferred, and I was like, but I also have to realize that I have my resting bitch face on at all times. I don't know why, but CJ will just, if you're standing next to him, it'll be like, yeah, man, I like your tattoos. I like your hat. Where'd you get it? Oh, by the way, like, you seem really cool. Like, what's your Instagram? I'm like, what? How do you just socialize like that, like a normal person? I don't get it.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's weird, isn't it?
It's so weird.
It's a weird thing when like you see people and they know you from something as if they like know you, and then come up or try and talk to you like almost like you've been talking to them forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? I actually haven't had that happen yet.
No?
I think it's because like when I present myself on social media, I look like this.
Mhm.
Off camera, I look like a rat. Like like I have no makeup on. My hair is probably like 4 days dirty and it's up in a messy bun, and I am running around like a maniac. I have none of like my cool clothes on, so I guess you could call it my disguise, but I the experience, I didn't experience this, but my boyfriend was at work one day and he saw these kids with Emotionless and White backpack, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I love your backpack." My girlfriend actually did the open verse challenge for them, and they were like, "Oh, really? Like, what's her name? Whatever." And he was like, "Casey Carlson," and they were like, no way. And when he was telling me this story, I was like, what? They knew me by name? What? First of all. And then so they made him pull up some pictures of us on vacation to prove that he was dating me, and they said, "Oh, well, we didn't picture her boyfriend to be like that." I was like, oh my god. But like, I mean, I get it because he's not like tattooed and stuff like that. He just kind of looks like regular, like guy who goes to the gym. That's it. But I just don't know why they would say that. Yeah, I was like, why are you expecting like big tattooed guy with emo scene hair?
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't get it. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Oh yeah.
A few times.
It's really weird though, because like I don't know, like you guys haven't toured obviously yet, right?
No.
It's weird like when I used to tour a little bit and like you would go to somewhere like where you've never met somebody and they've been listening to you like constantly as if they like know you on that personal level. So then you meet them and it's like, hey, Colt or whomever, like, how are you? And it's like, I'm sorry, have we like met yet? Like, not trying to be rude or disrespectful about it, but it's just like, but I don't know you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. At shows, we've had a couple people come through TikTok, many of which were photographers,
Mhm.
and that in it itself, like, it's nuts to me because we have a lot of people offer to shoot us, like a lot of beginning photographers that are just starting to get into like the concert scene and stuff, and they'll
Yeah.
offer to shoot us for free. Um, we had this one guy. He was super super sweet. He came to our first and our second show ever, and his name was Risto, and I really want to remember his handle, but you know what? I'm gonna post pictures later, and they will be tagged. But Risto was absolutely phenomenal. Then we had Lee, who just came to our last show. I will also post a picture. I think his is Blurbius Lee. I can't remember. I There's so many handles and stuff that you have to remember now, but
Yeah.
I'll post pictures later. But that I also, at this last show that we had, they didn't even have a PA. Like, total shit show. We were offered to fill in,
Yeah.
and we were like, sure, whatever. Like, it's
Yeah.
not a huge show. It's fine. Like, we'll
Mhm.
just have some fun and do it anyway. And Lee took pictures of us. I didn't even realize. I had no idea that he was coming. No one told me that he was coming. And then he was like, great job. I was like, oh, thanks so much. Not even realizing that he just took pictures of us. And I felt like such an asshole. I was like, CJ was like, oh, Lee was taking pictures for us, right? And I was like, what?
Like,
No one
no,
said
actually,
anything to me.
like,
But no,
no.
yeah. So I DM'd him later. I was like, I am so sorry. I had no idea that you took pictures for us. And he was like, oh no, it's totally fine. Like, you were busy. You were talking to everybody. I was like, I know, but like, you took pictures for us for free. I gave you as much as a hug. Like, that's it. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, the next time you shoot one of our shows, I'm like, I'm paying your tab, bro. Like, that's it.
You guys played. You guys are in New York, right?
Yes.
Have you played Kingsland yet?
No.
No.
We
Is
have
Kingsland still
played.
around?
Huh?
Is Kingsland still around?
Is that what part of New York is that?
Is that, I want to say maybe Amityville? I could be mistaken.
Amityville. We played in Amityville, but it wasn't Kingsland.
Okay.
There was Revolution. Revolution is dead.
I heard
So
about that.
sad because it was like my favorite venue of all time. And then our second show was Amityville Music Hall.
Mhm.
And then that's the only venues I know of in Amityville.
Have you ever
We've
played
only
Lucky?
played 3 shows so
Oh,
far.
okay.
What?
And never mind that. I was going to ask if you ever played Lucky 13.
We have not. We played Bar Frida, Amityville Music Hall, and Shakers Pub.
Okay.
That was like oh my god, there's no PA
Shakers.
system. Yeah. Oh, you've been to Shakers?
I have not, but I've had friends play
I
there.
have.
We're friends with a couple of bands up in New York that have played there. So
Yeah. See, listen, if we had amps and stuff, it would have been fine. But the way that we run our rig, we go through the PA system because we have our X32.
Yep.
And I'm honestly not even the person that you should be talking to about this because I know nothing about gear.
Right.
But we have our X32. And then we just take an XLR and we plug it into the PA. And that has me, CJ, and the backing tracks. And the bass. So the only thing that does not come out of there is the drums. So you have all 4 of those things fighting with each other, including my vocals. So I was training a lot for that show, but it's okay.
You guys all
we just really, huh?
You guys all on ears then, I guess?
We actually don't have ears yet.
Okay.
We're trying to look for a company right now to find some good in-ears because our drummer Kyle needs custom ones because he's got weird ears. So he just uses headphones for the click and the tracks and stuff. But I think we need to upgrade our rig a little bit in order to get in-ears.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But as soon as we possibly can, because I've been begging CJ, I'm like, I need in-ears. I need in-ears no matter what. I have not heard myself once performing yet. So I think it would just be that much better. Oh, 100%. We with the band that we were in previously, we used in-ears. And that was just in a basement where everything was pointing at ourselves. Like I want them so bad.
Yeah. Well worth it.
Do you play any other instruments except for singing?
I tried to teach myself the piano. I know a few songs. I actually know I know Second Heartbeat a little bit.
Okay.
And then I know that's by Avenged Sevenfold for anybody who's watching. And then I know Unholy Confessions a little bit. I know Fiction, the beginning. And then I know a couple of Ariana Grande songs. That's about it. But I have acrylic nails, so I can't play any sort of guitar. I've really been thinking about cutting them all off, or at least on this hand, so I could play, but I do not as of now. Do you play any instruments?
Me personally, I mediocre acoustic. Like I think I know the beginning of Inner Sandman. That's about it. Like I'm more behind the scenes photographer / this and promoting and everything else. I don't really pick it up.
Absolutely.
It's just sitting in the closet at the moment.
I get that. I understand that. All of my brother's guitars. My brother's a guitarist, and they're just hanging up on his wall, collecting dust. But he is in the middle of moving, so I guess I have to cut him a little bit of slack.
I'm probably going to pick it up after concert season's over.
Yeah, and you definitely should.
When that slows down, that's when that's going to come back out. But photography / this and promoting and going to every concert possible.
Oh yeah.
I have.
What concerts have you bought tickets to so far for this year?
I'm actually going to see Five Finger and Megadeth. Then I have Seven Dust, Non-Point, and Buried of the Sky.
That's very
fun. What I have lined up right now. There's one that's going to be in November, but I can't announce where I'm going to be. But
exciting, all exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's at the only thing I'll say is out of state. I'm from Jersey. It's not here, but yeah, these days they just pop up everywhere.
Oh, 100%.
You say show, I say when, where, how much.
Yeah. I have probably like 6. No, I think that's a long shot. I probably have 5 more shows that I'm going to this year. One of which is tomorrow.
Who's tomorrow?
Scene Queen.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good show.
I love her so much. We chat all the time on Instagram. And there's actually something special that's happening tomorrow. So of course I have to be there. I don't know if I should say.
Doing some spots or something?
Maybe.
Maybe a feature?
Maybe.
That'd be dope.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, so that's all I'll say on that.
Enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I feel you. My concert list for the rest of the year is a little stacked.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Come on.
Miss May I at the end of this month with Currents and Kingdom of Giants. Just saw Bad Omens on the Day to Remember tour. Bad Omens again.
I didn't know they toured with A Day to Remember.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
A Day to Remember and Beartooth and Bad Omens.
I missed that.
They did
If you follow here, you'll find out
it's kind of
everything's going
crazy.
on.
They did like half split shows of it. So it was like A Day to Remember, The Ghost Inside was on for a couple shows.
Yep.
Beartooth and Bad Omens, and then they're doing a second leg of it, but it's ADTR, The Used, and Movements. Yeah, it's a stacked bill. But doing that and going to Blue Ridge on Saturday to see some friends that are playing up there.
Oh, like the festival?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
have friends that are working the show and playing, so gonna try and see a couple of them.
I want to go to Blue Ridge so bad, but I looked at the tickets and I looked at where it was located, and I still have a job, so I was like, fuck.
That's a long hike
Oh,
from New York.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I'm from Jersey.
So
That'd be a long
excited.
hike for me as well.
Yeah, just
100%.
yeah,
Who
mainly
else
just
you seeing?
oh, if it works out, maybe going to see Nothing More on Friday. Our friend of mine is working photography for them, so we'd like to catch them.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
too many.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Honestly,
There's too many. There's never too many.
that's
man,
true too.
when they start getting
I
a couple days apart, that's when it
have
starts
two
to
next
like
week.
Huh?
I have two next week. I'm going Wednesday, then I'm going on Friday.
That's very
I
tiring.
I normally don't do two two in a week, but it landed that way, and
I think it landed that way with the Day to Remember thing. Oh, and I just saw Korn with Evanescence a few days.
That's so good. Did Amy Lee come up on stage for that?
She did.
Yeah.
She came up and did
I
Freak
saw
on a
a
Leash with
clip
them.
of that. What?
She came up and did Freak on a Leash with them.
Yeah. I saw a clip of that on TikTok and I was like, that looks nuts.
Yeah, it's very very weirdly nostalgic seeing that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So what the band you said formed in February, right?
Yeah.
So what came first then? Was it the band or TikTok?
So I think at that point I made 3 music TikToks, 2 of which were just like reposts from my YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did my first To the Hellfire cover. Listening to it now, it's like that does not even sound like me.
Right.
But my first To the Hellfire cover blew up with like 700,000 views in like 3 days, and I was like, holy crap. And I think at that point, when me, CJ, and Kyle were like talking a little bit more, I was like, we gotta go. Like this begins now, because I had gotten a good handful of followers from just that one video, and I was like, let's keep this rolling. Let's go. Because if it's gonna pick up, it's gonna pick up now, and we gotta keep that wave.
Yeah, for sure.
when the iron's on, you have to strike.
Say that one more time.
I said, when the iron is on, you have to strike.
That is true. Very, very true.
Hey,
I think at this point, all of my TikToks are like, come on, let's go, ride that wave. And because from that initial wave, it's like now people are seeing you, and then they're sharing you, and then they're commenting, liking, and then it appears on everybody's For You pages, and it's like,
well, you never know.
You never know.
Do you find it be a challenge at all with the TikTok thing, as doing the original stuff versus doing covers of stuff? Like, do you ever think about like, I don't want to just do covers for everyone?
Correct. Yes. I would be fine with doing covers on just my own thing, but as of right now, it's a bit tricky just because I'm, I have a job as well. I don't just like, I do hair as a living as far as now goes. So I do hair 3 to 4 days a week. So that's all the time taken out because it's 8 to 10 hour days. By the time you get home, you don't want to do anything because you've been on your feet all day.
Yeah.
And it takes me like an hour to 2 hours to do my makeup. So I'm like, don't feel like doing that. So I've just, at this point, I'm like, I want to put more focus on my band members because I feel like most people, unless they listen to Deadlands and see like the album cover and they follow us on Instagram and stuff, they really only see me, and I don't want it to be like that. Like I want my band to be recognized too, and the harsh truth is like the vocalists are usually the ones that do get the most attention.
Yeah.
I still want them to be commemorated and praised for everything that they do because without them, nothing would be possible with all of the music that we create. And I would still do the one takes, but I would probably flip them over onto my regular account until we have more content for the band account.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Like, it's always a weird thing because, like, at the end of the day, we're in the the entertainment business as well as the music business. So, like, if the covers work and there's nothing wrong with that, like, definitely keep going with that and do it as long as possible. But I totally get what you're saying, though. It's like you want to like not be the sole focus of that thing and let the band kind of be its own entity in that sense.
Exactly. And although I am trying to keep us up because I mean, truth be told, more people have checked out our music than ever before. Like when Crush dropped, it was because I had my personal TikTok and I was promoting the crap out of it. We barely even ran the Deadlands TikTok at that point.
Right.
We had maybe 1,000 followers that were my own that had transitioned over to the band's account, but as of right now, we're getting so much crazy engagement solely from TikTok. And then you could say like, oh, the shows helped and stuff, but it's only 3 shows. Like the majority of the thousands of streams that we're getting is most definitely from TikTok.
Yeah, that's the way people are discovering stuff right now, like TikTok and reaction channels and the whole thing.
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, that's how I found you. You can't. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and there you were.
There I was doing chop suey in a baby voice.
Yes, I'm like, this is interesting. Let me watch everything else. I mean, not in all one sitting, but watched everything, and then I messaged you a couple days later.
Oh yeah,
but,
no, it's crazy how much music you could find just through TikTok. But one thing that I'm like, oh my god, is people really only stick around for that 15-second clip. So I've been trying to take away from that, just make everything a little bit longer so that people can stay, but you need that initial shock factor, I realized. And I mean, yes, being a female who screams like a banshee does have its own shock factor, but when you have an intro that's probably 20 to 30 seconds long, you lose that, and it stinks.
Yeah, I forget what the science is. I think it's like somebody would be more engaged in the first 3 seconds of the video or something like that, or 5 or whatever it is. Like
7.
7.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My friend Taylor Destroy, she's also a metal vocalist. She researches algorithms all the time because she's on the TikTok, Instagram, everything. And she just tells me all these little tidbits. She tells me how to grow my page and stuff like that. She's great.
I'll have to talk to her one day.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't have if somebody could break it down to me, I would probably have more patience with it. But I look at it maybe every 2 weeks because I just can't. You know, like
It's
it's
a
like
lot.
rewatching a clip of something I've done. It just doesn't, no.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot to break down, especially because it's different rules for different platforms. Like, say for instance, TikTok, you're supposed to be posting 2 to 3 times a day, at the highest point that people get on the app. For me, that's highly impossible. I could barely post 7 days a week because when you think about it, while my band is trying to do like, like little mini covers and stuff because CJ is the producer, the guitarist, the bassist. He's got to do everything. He has to build that up from the ground up. And then Kyle's got to plug in his drums and stuff. I'm trying to just scramble 14 covers a week just to throw it all out there. And that's also one of the reasons why I started doing the one takes is because number one, they don't have to be perfect, so I can just shit them out. Number two, I don't have to tweak them, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into that 30 seconds than I think most people give credit for.
Oh my god, I know. It's ridiculous. But so for TikTok, you've got the 2 to 3 times a day, different times every day. But if you're trying to post on Instagram, you can't have a TikTok watermark, or else it's gonna flag it and then be like, no, this is gonna be like shadow banned from your account, so no one's gonna see it.
Now I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have everything linked together, except for this. Everything linked together, so I'm not. It's just instead of me. Let me. It's lazy on my part, but it's more of, if they're allowing me to do so, why am I going to change something?
Yeah. No, I
if
get
it's
that.
not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
that makes sense. It's just
it's a massive pain. I used to do when you would add like text or something to the videos, I would just screen grab the videos. This is something that a friend of ours had told us to just screen grab it with the text and the audio so you didn't get the bubble and then post it to Instagram.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's so bad.
Well, you guys are teaching me a lot because I had no idea why the views are there, but it's just it'd be more views if it would.
Yeah. I'm on that watermark.
Yep. Shout out to Josh Landry for that tidbit.
Yeah, it's so stupid how it works because it's like, okay, so you don't want people posting content from another app onto your app, but if they post that content, they're taking away the content from that other app onto your app. So I don't get it.
No.
I don't understand. But you're still supposed to post like 2 to 3 times daily on Instagram as well. And I'm like, once again, hell no, especially because I really don't want to do reposts and stuff like that because I feel like it just clogs everything up and it's like, oh, this is the same thing that I just saw on the other account. It's aggravating to say the least.
So at this point, I'm going to let you flip it on us. You can ask us anything.
Okay. What would your 12 people be, both of you, at the dinner table?
Oh.
Can we make it easy? I get 6, he gets 6?
No.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
You want to go first, Rob?
Sure. If somebody wants to count, sure. Because I'm just going to rattle them off. I'm going to say Jonathan Davis. Actually, all of Korn, actually.
How many members is there?
Is that 5?
That's 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying this lineup, not, what do you call it? Ray is the drummer, not David.
Right.
Eddie Vedder.
Ooh, good one.
Female is going to be Amy Lee.
I don't think I had a female in mind.
I'm going to say Snarf from Thundercats. B. Arthur.
All right, 3 more.
Mandy Jackson. I'm going to have to say LJ from Seven Dust. And then there's one more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Animal from the Muppets.
Oh, that's a good one. Was not expecting that, but that's actually. I should have put Animal in mine. I realized I forgot to put a female in, and I think my female would be probably Ash Costello.
Okay.
All right, I'm counting for you.
All right. Most of mine are just probably going to be musicians because, the obvious answer is obvious. So my band, so the other 3 members of my band, and Jill will count as my one female.
Okay.
So
Is that the other 3 includes Jill?
yes, and Jill is
Okay.
the singer for our band.
Okay.
Noah from Bad Omens.
Should have said him. As soon as you said Bad Omens before, I was like, shit. And then I realized I should have said Rory Rodriguez from Dayseeker. And then I was like, shit, fuck.
Well, I did give you a child's table, so they can be at that table.
Beautiful.
Rory at the kids' table. Tyler Smith, producer. Drew Folk, who's a producer. Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine. Mike Shinoda. My son would be in there. What was that, 9?
Yes, you have 3 more.
Okay. I probably would agree with you on Ricky because he just seems like such an interesting dude. Armelino, excuse me.
Yeah. I was about to say Ricky Horror or Armelino.
Yeah, Armelino.
Yeah, he's very nice. I've met him a couple times. He's very nice.
Cool. I've only met him like once in passing. We were about to play and he was just walking around.
I love it. 2 more.
God. Who the fuck else? Maybe Matt Shadows, M Shadows.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
that would be interesting. And does it matter about having only one female, Rob, or is
No?
No, you could do multiple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Amy Winehouse.
Oh, that's a good one.
That'd be
That's a good
interesting,
one.
though.
Mm-hmm. That's a eclectic table.
Oh, absolutely. The best kind. So, let me ask you, what are your top 5 influences for your band, whether that be at the moment or in general?
Ooh, hard to say. I know for sure at the moment it's Bad Omens is probably our number 1 because we love what they do. We're all pretty influenced by like Breaking Benjamin a good bit. God, what's another band that we all really like? I love a lot of like stuff from like Under Oath.
Under Oath is very good.
One of my all-time favorite bands. Spirit Box to a degree. We do love Spirit Box a good bit.
So does Jill scream or does she just sing?
She doesn't scream. I do.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so like parts that need it, I'll do it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Fifth one? I don't know. Trying to think. I don't know. We love a lot of newer shit. So like, I guess if you ask Joe, maybe like Dayseeker would probably be the next one on that list, or like Dayseeker, Danger Kids, I Prevail, those sort of bands.
So good. Mm-hmm. Now, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
What? So you said you're in like the photography field as well, right?
Yeah.
Who is your favorite band that you've shot for?
I actually never shot for a band. I'm normally in GA and I take photos.
So out of those photos, who do you think is your favorite?
I have to send them over to you, but I have good pictures from Seven Dust and Pop Evil and actually recently Hailstorm, Pretty Reckless, and Alanis.
Very nice.
If you go to the awesome. If you go to the Facebook page, they're all up there. I have to, and Rob Zombie, and I was planning on what do you call it? Doing a slideshow just of the stuff that I've taken or my camera guy's taken when we're out.
Yeah, that'd be sick. No, I would love to see that. For sure.
It'll probably be up tomorrow.
If you had to describe your band with 5 bands.
Just 5?
Yeah. I know, not a vague or hard question.
All right. Wage War, 100%. Dayseeker. Motionless in White. I would say Spirit Box, but I feel like that's too.
That's too on the nose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm thinking. Oh my God.
Yeah, no discredit to Spirit Box by any means, but not everybody.
Oh, no.
Not everybody that has a female screamer or singer sounds like Spirit Box either. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like is. I feel like, okay. Something that is so funny to me is that I'll get comments all the time being like, hey, I saw you guys play in Virginia last week, or hey, I saw you guys in Rockville last weekend. And I'm like, while I appreciate the compliment, I am not Courtney. Although she's very pretty and is very talented, we are not the same. What is that TikTok audio that's like, oh my God, do you know what I'm talking about? We're not the same person or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, I gotta use that.
I've always thought, like, at what point in a band's career do they stop getting compared? So, like, Paramore,
never.
Well, no, that's not true though, because when Paramore and Evanescence came out, who were they getting compared to, and why? At what point was it like, oh, they sound like Hayley Williams or Amy Lee? Where was the point where they stop being compared to like your Joan Jett, Stevie Nicks, you know?
Well, I will tell you, Paramore never stopped getting compared to Flyleaf.
Fair. So. That's fair.
Was there? Oh, Joan Jett. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean, though? It's like, what point does somebody just go like, okay, they don't sound like their thing; they sound like their own thing.
Yeah. No, that's a great question. I also get Tatiana from Ginger. And at that point, I'm like, we sound nothing alike. I sound nothing like Tatiana. So you're just saying that because I have boobs and I go bleh.
Just
like that?
It's either Spirit Box, Ginger, like Arch Enemy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Elisa Biklos. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Or Angela Gasso. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just all of them. And then I'm not my own person. But I mean, it's okay. They're all amazing, so I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, no,
But
it's no
it would just
disrespect
be
to anybody,
nice.
but it's
Yeah.
very clearly a different sounds and different, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the favorite bands. No, not favorite bands. Like
Sorry.
influence bands. That's okay. Shit. Falling in Reverse, maybe? Because I
Ooh.
love Ronnie's cleans. And I like their production a lot too.
Mhm.
And I think we actually do use the Luke Holland kit. Maybe. I don't know. Hmm. So I think, okay, Bad Omens. I'll say Bad Omens for that, but in upcoming songs, or at least one upcoming song, I really want to have some Lorna Shore influence in there and have it be absolutely disgusting. So hopefully that comes to fruition soon. But I think that'd be really cool. I'm trying to find a sound that no one has made yet. And it's extremely hard because I mean you're trying to experiment with whatever you're doing with your mouth. Because I mean, in all honesty, screaming is just like resonance of the mouth. And if you can't move your mouth different than anybody else, then there's not really going to be a new sound that comes out. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
I have to wonder what the feedback was like when they heard Will do that in the studio.
Oh my God, no, I know. I would pay money to see like the security camera of that. I really would. Like, I'd be like, okay, especially because Will, if you've ever seen interviews of him or like just clips and stuff of him, he seems so genuine and so bubbly
He just
too.
seems like so excited to be there.
Yeah, he's just so happy to be there. And I can just imagine him doing that in the studio for the first time and looking at the rest of the band like, you know,
like how was that?
yeah. And then when he's actually recording in the moment, he'll just be like the smolder, the side smile where it's just like, oh, you know what I'm about to do. But then he's like, hey, how are you?
Cool.
All right. Do I have any questions for you guys? I'm trying to think. It's hard to come up with stuff on the fly. I don't know how you guys do it.
I don't.
Oh, well, you've been doing great today.
I did my research.
Honestly, I don't write anything down whatsoever.
You just kind of freeball it?
All day, every day.
Honestly, that's just life.
I don't, what do you call it? I normally listen to an artist one song only.
Mm-hmm.
Then I base it off of that, what I'm going to ask.
Okay. That is a method. And then I guess they could kind of, in that way, it kind of gets to know the artist a little bit more before the music, which I think is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's more personable rather than like, I hear you.
I'm putting this on the screen because my interview prior,
Mm-hmm. Oh.
They want to know your answer.
Okay. Oh, I want to know the same cereal question we were asked. What is the cereal question?
Now I gotta look for it.
If it's my favorite cereal, it's Captain Crunch. And right after this interview, I'm going to go eat some. But
okay.
Tell me what it is when you find out.
I have so much in notes and let me find it.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Oh yeah, if you could be any cereal, what would you be?
Honestly, I think I was just about to say Lucky Charms because of the marshmallows, but everybody hates the not marshmallow part.
I don't mind it. I'm not a,
Children hate the not marshmallow part. And I don't really want children to hate me, but I still want to be colorful and fun. So I would either have to go with tricks, the shapes, not the balls, the shapes. Or I would have to go with Captain Crunch. But sometimes it hurts the top of your mouth. So maybe all Captain Crunch, oops, all berries, final answer.
How about Captain Crunch and then try to sing afterwards?
Oh, that is a big no-no. Maybe without milk, that'd be fine.
That sounds like
No,
hell.
no, I'm saying it with no milk, just the roughness, and then try to, because we were just talking about different sounds.
That sounds like a bad plan, bud.
Oh, you mean like, are you talking about eating it and then like screaming while it's in my mouth?
No, eating it, but like afterwards, like when your top of your mouth is fucked.
Oh, when it hurts. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that can bring
You're gonna
out
make a different
kind of
sound.
rage in some people.
You stub your toe on a different object, you're gonna scream differently.
That's true. That is true.
Corner of your bed, it's gonna be a different type of fuck. It matters.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay, speaking of that, if you could be any object in the world, what would you want to be?
Definitely not a toilet seat. Okay, I have to say something really quick. And so a few times I've been on TikTok Live. There's this one person when I'm like doing vocals, because I usually do the live raw on my lives, and there was this one guy who just kept saying, I wish I were that mic stand, or how badly I wish I was that mic stand. And I'm like,
cringe. Okay.
Stop, please.
Very cringy.
Thanks for the support, but also like don't say creepy shit.
Yeah. No, seriously, it's just so odd. But object. I guess I would have to be. It has to be inanimate, right? Like it can't be an animal.
I'll let that slide. It could be an animal.
Okay, I would be.
Like if it's stuffed, it's technically an object.
That's true. I guess I would be stuffed tiger because they're badass and tigers are cool. I have no other reasoning because I was thinking about. I'll tell you my thought process. I was thinking about TV. I was thinking about phones, and then I was like, you'd have to watch all of the weird shit people do all day, nonstop. So I'm like, no. Same with being a computer. No. Guitar Hero guitars get smashed to bits. Guitars get smashed to bits. I really don't want to soak up anybody's spit as a mic stand or microphone. So I'm going with something that's cute, soft, cuddly, and sleeps with you. And it's a tiger. Or any just stuffed animal. I actually have a bad addiction to stuffed animals. It's tragic. I'm 20 years old and I still can't let them go. It's so bad.
Based off your microphone stand comment, what is your favorite thing about being a musician, and what is your least favorite thing about being a musician?
My favorite thing about being a musician is definitely finally being able to express myself to others. Because and I guess this goes hand in hand with breaking stereotypes. One of the biggest things that I am very proud of is that I look like super basic Barbie, Starbucks drinking white girl, whatever, and then the noises that come out of me are the complete opposite. So I love how I'm trying to bridge the gap between the normies and then the metalcore scene and just kind of mesh them together. And I see a lot of people comment like, oh, I don't even like, I never thought I liked this genre until I saw you do or whatever. I never thought I liked this genre until I heard your band. And I'm like, that's absolutely crazy because it's genuine feelings that are coming out as the band. So I love that. My least favorite part is probably, I guess, I don't know. Some of the comments are weird. Some of the comments are just flat out annoying. Like, whenever I do one takes, I disclose that I'm doing a live one take. I disclose if there's auto-tune, or I disclose if there's not auto-tune. If I don't say that, you can assume that there's probably auto-tune on it and that it's not a one take. So normally means it's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And I have a Bring Me to Life video on my page, and I'm not a producer. So I have my computer right here, and it's literally just CJ's old computer that he sold to me with all his plugins and stuff on it. So he set me up a vocal chain, and I knew how to press record and press stop. Like that was pretty much it. So I hate the comments that are like, all I hear is auto-tune, or her lip syncing is off. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I can't. I'm like, you really, really, really think that I have enough time with my life to sit down and make sure that every single video looks like it's out of a movie and sounds absolutely perfect, especially when I don't know how to produce. In fact, I just learned a couple weeks ago how to turn the auto-tune down and or off. Solely because I was just picking things apart, and I looked to the left and I was like, auto-tune? And then I was like, oh shit, I could have been doing that this whole time. Especially because I think it sounds better. But yeah, probably the auto-tune or lip syncing comments are my least favorite, besides the really weird ones that are just
Do you just ignore them, or do you comment back but in the most professional way possible?
Most of the time I'll ignore them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of times where I try to comment back in the most professional way possible, or I'll make it like super lighthearted. I'll never be like, you fucking bitch, like, I swear to fucking God, I don't get, like, no. I think that's stupid. No, it's not even worth it, but it's also like, because what if that person sees you in the future and is like, oh, I actually really dig this person, and they don't even remember that you were auto-tuning whatever, you know, like,
yeah.
If negative experiences tend to stick with people more, so the most I'll say is it's pre-recorded, LOL. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I could make a video reply. A lot of times I make video replies too, to like haters or whatnot, and I'll just prove them wrong. So like if someone says like way too much auto-tune or do it without auto-tune, like I bet you can't, then I'll be like, oh, bet, and then I'll do it without auto-tune. It'll sound almost exactly the same, and then they delete their comment, and then everybody's happy. So that's how that works.
Amazing that people think auto-tune does this magic thing where suddenly everybody can sing.
Oh
like,
my
no,
God!
you still have to have pitch and tonality change
and control. But no one gets that. But I mean, I also don't blame them for not understanding, because like unless you are in the industry and you produce and record yourself, you're not gonna get it.
No,
because most people just hear T-Pain and they're like, you know,
yeah, or don't even realize that half of their favorite artists use some sort of like pitch correction or something else, and they just make their comment based on it.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, I try and see with every comment, I try to see something positive that I can change in myself
Mhm.
or that I can change for my content. Just because like I have gotten the autotune comments, and I've always been transparent about using autotune. But it's also easy. It makes it so much easier when you're doing 14 videos a week.
Mhm.
But it's also in the span of 2 days. So
Mhm.
sometimes it does help, but I do try and dial it back a bit when I can. And I definitely don't have it turned all the way up anymore. I never had it to 100%, but
Yeah.
I turned it down significantly to the point where I feel like a lot of people can't tell, or they'll just notice it very slightly. But
Yeah.
I never hid behind it. I don't want to hide behind it. If people really want to see me without autotune and don't believe me whenever I say I'm not doing autotune, then come to a show.
Yeah.
Pay to see it without autotune. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, do you have any shows coming up? Or anything in the works?
Yes, we did just book one. We're still getting the details out, but
Okay.
if anybody wants to follow the band on everything would be Deadlands Band. We post all of our show updates for sure on our Instagram. So like that's the first you'll be hearing about it, just because it's the easiest to make note of. If you read any of the TikTok captions that we're posting, like any of the TikTok captions, I'll always make sure that we put the show details down below, and you can always click the link tree in our bio for ticket updates, show dates, whatever.
And merchandise you have?
And merchandise we do have. We just dropped some new stuff with the Sentence on Myself release, and it's actually the guy who designed it was the same guy who designed Bring Me the Horizons merch.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. He did such an insane job. It looks awesome. And it's taking every ounce in my being not to hoard all of the clothes. Because I'm like, okay, but one day, what if I want to wear like an extra large? Like, and what if we run out of all 50 of them? So we just, come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I really dug DP a lot, so I'm definitely gonna have to go and check out some merch.
Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you find something that you like. Judging by your hat, I think you will. And what is your hat? Let me see it. Yeah, that's cool. I think you're gonna like our merch.
Awake at Last.
I think so. Yeah. No, I think you're gonna like it. But yeah, I have to follow you on all socials and everything. So please send them over to me, or just send me a DM and stuff. And like,
I will.
Yeah,
Well,
I will. I will.
Absolutely.
So one last question of the night: do you have any messages you would like to say to your fans?
Sure. Oh, hang on. Let me prepare for a second. First of all, I don't think I ever got to say thank you to each and every one of you who has streamed our music. I know a lot of you post on your stories and stuff. I try to repost them as much as I can. I try and say thank you as much as I can, but words cannot describe how awesome it is that anybody even supports our music remotely. And for the three of us, you guys are like making it unreal. Like it's so crazy to us how much you guys have allowed us to grow, and this is only the beginning. And I want to say thank you very much, and thank you guys for having me on.
Anytime.
Thanks for answering all of our questions and taking time to chat with us.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. It was very fun. I loved it. Got some good laughs in there.
Cool.
So I want to thank you both and have a great night.
You too. So do we just